In this episode, we are dipping back into the well of awesomeness to take a look at some more random, forgotten 80s awesomeness. So, stick around. Hello, fellow dorks and dorkettes, and welcome to Nostalgia Syndrome. My name is Rob, this is Anya, and we are dipping back into the well of awesomeness, like I said. Because of the overwhelming positivity that the first episode of Random Forgotten 80s Awesomeness received, I thought, what better way to celebrate Forgotten February by doing another one. I usually don't like double dipping into the same territory in the same month, but this is Forgotten February, and like I said, with the overwhelming positivity that the first episode got, I'm excited to do another one. And yeah, what better way to see off Forgotten February by doing one last final Random Forgotten 80s Awesomeness videos. And if you didn't see the first episode, what it is, we're taking a look at forgotten 80s products that are cartoon, toy, movie adjacent. Any 80s pop culture that kind of got a product tie-in, we're taking a look at different examples of those. And yeah, I've been spending a lot of time researching this, and I was just excited to do another one. Now, my hope is to make it kind of a monthly feature when it fits with the month's themes. So, but like people were saying in the comments, they enjoyed the randomness of it, but they would hope to see every once in a while one that was specialized for one thing, like the TV trays or Power Wheels, or a different thing like G.I. Joe, Transformers, what have you. So, without further ado, let's get to number one. For our first bit of random forgotten awesomeness, this item will tell the world that you have a fever. That you have Pac-Man fever. Yes, this is the Pac-Man radio, released in 1982 by Tiger Electronics. Yes, that Tiger Electronics, the one that would be famous for their handheld arcade games. Now, this is just a normal radio. It came with just awesome headphones that are emblazoned with Pac-Man on the side. And you know what would have made this even more awesome? If you could insert cassettes into his open mouth. But hey, beggars can't be choosers. This is an awesome radio. I mean, there were a lot of radios released in the 70s and 80s of different items. A lot of like household items like hamburgers and things like that. But this Pac-Man one is cream of the crop. Now on to the next one. Our next awesome product is a triple threat. These are 3 different varieties of Smurf slippers, released sometime between 1982 and 1983. We have, like I said, 3 different varieties. We have the big, plushy, just stuffed animal looking slipper ones. We have the smaller, little, fuzzy slippers with the plastic Smurf heads, which are really nice sculpts, by the way. And our third are these socks that have a rubber bottom, so you're not slipping and sliding all over the place, and they feature some pretty nice artwork on them. Now, these seem to be really hard to come by nowadays, and that's expected. I mean, things like this probably didn't keep up very well and were probably ultimately thrown out by parents all over the world. So the few that I could find, yeah, they're a little ratty, some are kind of nice, but they're very affordable nonetheless. For our third product, I'm kind of taking liberties here. This is the item that I originally found. This Pound Puppy's electric toothbrush with cooler. Which, it just hit me, isn't cooler like a mafia term for somebody that, beats people up or something? I don't know. I could be wrong, but I think that makes him even cooler in my opinion. But I'm taking liberties because I couldn't find this exact model anywhere else on the internet. But I found this one, which is more of a generic Pound Puppy, and it's pretty darn cute, and it's still an electric toothbrush. So we are using this one for the resale price and things like that. So maybe one day be able to find cooler out in the wild, but for now I'm happy enough just to find one Pound Puppy to give a home to. Our fourth product is one that is completely forgotten. I could not find anything on this item at all, and it's very disappointing. This is a laser tag watch, and it's based on the laser tag sensor that you would wear on your chest or your hat, and it just looks awesome. I mean, it's a neat little watch. And can you imagine wearing this along with the hat and the vest as you're walking around town? I mean, you would be one of the coolest kids in the world. I mean, I thought anyone with laser tag was cool because I always wanted one and was never able to get it. Anyway, this watch came out in 1986, and like I said, it is completely forgotten nowadays. With the temperatures plunging into the single digits where I live, I thought that this product would be appropriate. This is the Care Bears ice skates. And yeah, no time in my life has there ever been a body of water frozen enough to ice skate on, or at least I was told that. It was always a fear tactic never to go out on the ice anywhere at any time. So I don't know if this would ever be feasible for me to slap on a pair of these and go out skating. Now, many years later, a ice skating rink opened up in a nearby town, but the opportunity was far surpassed me as age and weight kind of hampered that. Anyway, I think these are pretty cool. I mean, they're very clean, and the artwork on them is excellent. I mean, I'm a sucker for Care Bears, as you know, so I thought these were pretty cool. Our next random forgotten 80s awesomeness item are Muppet Babies musical instruments. We have a guitar and a fiddle, so either if you want to rock out or participate in a hoedown, you are ready to go. Now, these are plastic, of course. They're not authentic instruments, but they're pretty awesome. I mean, the fiddle, for some reason, I think just looks really cool, and it's got a bow and everything, so I wonder how it sounds. I mean, probably not that great, but I'm sure you could have a good time no matter what. And as you can see, your choice, it was only $5.99 for either one of these pieces. So, really curious to see how much they go for nowadays. Now, to be completely honest, when I started compiling this list of random forgotten 80s awesomeness, I kind of was steering clear of clothing and bed sheets and curtains and things like that. But I started to discover that there were some pajamas and clothing items that might not be completely child-friendly. This being one of them. This is the Rambo pajamas. And it's not based on Rambo and the Freedom Fighters. It's actually based on Rambo Part 2. So, an R-rated movie with children's pajamas. I love it. I miss just the freewheeling fun times of the 80s like this. So anyway, yeah, these pajamas, surprisingly, there's still some out there and they go for a pretty hefty price, but I think it's warranted because of just how awesome these are. Our next item is a sleeping bag from one of the biggest and best movies of all time that hardly anybody talks about anymore. That's right, this is the Who Framed Roger Rabbit sleeping bag. And as you can see, you have Roger and baby Herman, but in the background they have like these film pieces with little black and white photos of like the cab and different characters, and it's super cool. I mean, I love this movie, and every once in a while I still pop it on and enjoy every moment of it. It's a classic, and like I said, unfortunately not a lot of people talk about it nowadays. As you can see, for the lack of talking about it, this sleeping bag is not forgotten and commands a very high price tag. Deservedly so. Our next random forgotten 80s awesomeness item is the A-Team tent. Now this play tent features the iconic A-Team van. And as you can see, pouring out from the side, we have BA getting ready to punch some fool. We got Hannibal back there, and we got Face. On the other side, we have Hannibal again, and Howling Mad Murdoch with a gun. Gotta love the 80s. Now, why is Hannibal on here twice? He wasn't the one the kids wanted to see. I mean, George Papard's cool and all, but we're here for Mr. T. So, him getting double billing, yeah, that's a waste. But this tent is not a waste. Like I said, it's the iconic van. You could sit in this thing and pretend that you're ready to save a town that is being overrun by some land baron, and you're getting ready to weld some spikes and some pitchforks and stuff to it and make a murder machine. Anyway, I have not found any of these for sale online, but I found many a collector that have them in their collection. So once people get these in their hands, they're not letting them go. Okay, I'll admit, this is definitely a guilty pleasure that I added to the list because I was curious if this was truly forgotten or you could score one online. And yeah, you'll see what the outcome of that is in a minute. But this is the Shirt Tails Digger workbench. And I was such a huge fan of the Shirt Tails cartoon. I still have such a huge soft spot in my heart for the Shirt Tails. Man, I gotta get those little stuffed animals from Hardee's again. Oh, can't believe I got rid of them. Anyway, this little workbench features great artwork of Digger, and it says, "I love fun." Digger, I think we all do. And he's holding like a little wooden mallet that says Shirt Tails, and it comes with different tools and screws and bolts and all that kind of fun stuff. So this would have been really cool for a little kid, you know, trying to learn how to fix things, and yeah, super awesome. And yeah, and here we go. It's forgotten. Was not able to find any sort of footprint online of this ever existing, and that makes me very sad. Okay folks, I hope you enjoyed that blast of randomness. I tried to steer clear of anything that was like what we did in the first episode, and you know what? I have the opportunity to do that because I have compiled a list of hundreds and hundreds of different products. And I'm not done yet. I am so excited to dive back into the researching of this topic because it has been so much fun and eye-opening. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. If you got something to say, please leave a comment. I love reading them and I love getting back to everyone. And if you're new around here and you enjoyed this or any of the episodes that YouTube is recommending down here, please hit subscribe. And if you hit that little bell icon, you will be notified whenever there's a new episode. So anyway, until next time, thank you for watching. Keep being rad and stay dorky.